Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Jazwares Halo, the Spartan Collection KELLY-087. This is part of Series 5, and Fred is coming, by the way. I think, did they say Fred was in Series 7? I'm not sure. Fred is coming, so that's good if you want a complete blue team. This is basically the same figure as Linda with some different colors and a few tiny different changes in the parts, but mostly it's the same, so this will be a pretty quick review. But of course, we have to review all of Blue Team, and Kelly is an integral part. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands just about 7 inches to the top of the head, which makes it pretty close to 18 centimeters. And here she is up against a Marvel Legends Darwin, who is very upset that she has a helmet on. No hair to sniff today, sorry pal. And then here she is up against a rival Collectibles Ninja. You guys keep telling me paint the ninja. I plan to. I'm gonna paint the prototypes, but here's the thing. I have to make the prototypes, and I have to make a million Venom feet, and I have to make all the different things you guys are asking me to make, including videos and other stuff, so I'll get around to painting the prototypes. It will happen. I just don't know when. So there you've got the size comparison, and here she is up against Linda. As you can see, basically the same figure, different shoulder pads, different noggin, and that is it. Different color visor too, which I really appreciate. So let's dive into the aesthetic, but first we have to do a question of the day. Which member of Blue Team is your favorite? Not counting Master Chief, obviously, you have to pick a different one. For me, it has to be Linda, because I'm all about the snipes. Okay, so helmet on this figure is gorgeous. They saved this line with the vacuum chrome, the vac metal helmets. I don't care what else is wrong with them. As long as they look decent enough with those helmets, I'm sold. They look so good. And hers is particularly well painted. The trim around the chrome, the little lights at the top, the little bits down here at the mouth area, chin, I guess. It looks really good. Of course, the 8087 looks good. The rest of the details are pretty clean. They've done a better job painting these last two figures than some of the other ones. Way less of the silver dry brushing everywhere. Overall, it's a fairly clean figure, paint-wise, and not as far as not looking all dirty and muddy. So I like it, and the sculpts are nice. The shoulder pads are good. Looks very good to me. So I'm going to give this one an aesthetic rating of, for the price point, 8 out of 10. Could be a little bit better, but it's not bad. Now, for accessories, it's basically the same spread of hands that we've seen a bunch of different times. We do have the sidekick again, which is definitely a Halo Infinite weapon. And then we have the Halo 5, I don't remember what her shotgun is called, but we have her shotgun, which is surprisingly well painted. All the way around looks really, really nice. A little tricky to get her gripping hand onto the foregrip on this, but it's okay, it can be done. So that's pretty cool. So I'll give the accessories an 8 out of 10. I don't think the sidekick's a good accessory because it's just a, what's the point? It's no fun. Okay, so let's talk about the articulation. It's going to be the same as Linda, but we'll do it anyway. The head can lean back, and it can lean, we'll get to that, and it can lean, oh my gosh, it's a very tight joint, and it can lean forward. There you go. So pretty good range actually going back and forward. I like that. Of course, you get your rotation, and it's technically on a ball, so you get a little bit of wiggle around at the top there. For the shoulders, you get your full rotation, bicep swivel, arms go almost out to the side, but the shoulder pad gets in the way. Not much they could do about that. Double jointed elbows work nicely, no problem there. Wrists have a swivel and a hinge. Now for the diaphragm joint, it's the same crap that we've seen a few times now, where it should have all kinds of range, but it can't rotate, it can't lean forward and back, and it can just lean side to side a little bit. So silly that they can't rotate. They can't even hold their weapons properly in any sort of action pose because they can't rotate at the torso. Very annoyed by that. Hips go that far forward. I thought they went farther on Linda. Oh well. Which isn't terrible. They do kick out to the side just a touch. They don't really go back at all because of the cheeks. Going out to the side, you have full-on splits. So that's good if you need her to do some high kicks. Double jointed knee is still abysmal. Technically the range is okay, but it's hideous, and they made the joints out of PVC, which is floppy, so that's terrible. All the way around, that's no good. Ankles have a decent amount of range going back. If you can get it over that lip on the lower leg, then there's decent range, otherwise there's almost none. And going forward, you get almost none. Luckily, the toe hinge on these figures is one of the best toe hinges I've seen on any sort of not $100 figure. Like anything under that, these are really good toe hinges, exactly the way they should be done. They're nice and sturdy, they're in the right place, they're well sculpted, love those toe hinges. And then the swivel is very crooked. So articulation, as usual for this line, is pretty awful. So I'll give it only a 3 out of 10. It's pretty bad. She can hold the gun, but just barely in a way that makes it make sense. So it's disappointing in a lot of ways. Mostly in the articulation, really. In a lot of ways in the articulation. Paint job's good enough, but it could be better, of course. And then the sculpt is fine, I think. So, final verdict on this figure is going to be, for the price point, I'm going to go 8 if you don't care that much about articulation, because it does look good. It does have the vac visor. It does have plenty of accessories, but if you're going to weigh the articulation more heavily, at best a 7, maybe even a 6. So I'll let you guys decide. For me personally, I really just need her to stand there. I would prefer more articulation, but for the $20 price point, I really just need her to stand there. And the visor sells me, and then the gun too. So I'm personally going to give it an 8, but as an objective reviewer, I would probably go closer to a 6. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to. I have new videos almost every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. In the meantime, keep collecting.